Alright, what's up everybody? It's Mohammed from Product Feedback, and in this video I'm actually going to explain to everybody what Android is for tablets. So in this case here I've actually got an Acer Iconia tab. This is a Android based tablet. Now what does Android mean? Well, Android is actually the brand name of the software that Google developed. So there's two forms at the moment. They have the Android that's used on phones, which they call Android 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. There's different versions with slight variances. And then they also have an Android which is called Android 3, 3.1, 3.2, which is what they use on tablets. Sometimes they name them different things, such as Honeycomb. The new one that they've got coming out now is going to be called Ice Cream Sandwich. So they've got different names for different versions, but they all operate very similar, and in the latest version that they've got coming out is going to be kind of standardized. But we're going to look at what we've got at the moment. So to unlock the device, we're going to slide this out like this, and we've got the device unlocked. Now, why is this different? Well, I'll just explain to you how everything works. So with Android 3.0, you get something called the home screen, which is these different home screens that they have here. So in this case, we've got a few different ones. Basically, what this allows you to do is it allows you to put widgets as well as shortcuts, and you can put information on here like, say, the weather and things like that. So this is basically your home screen. On the home screen itself, say for example over here, I've put shortcuts to apps. So that's pretty much straightforward. So you got widgets, we've got widgets, and we've got shortcuts to applications. Pretty much straightforward. Some applications have their own widgets, so forth. So it depends on what program you use, but that's just the way that operates. Now, to change, say, the background or add a widget, you hold down on a blank spot, and this pops up. This shows you your different home screens, and then it gives you the options here. You can add widgets, which you just basically touch, drag onto the home screen you want, and that's it. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Different apps, like I said, when you download them, install different widgets and you can use them on your home screen. Nothing too complicated there, but a lot of people are not sure how to access it. Next thing here is your app shortcuts. So these are the applications you've got installed, and you can drag them onto the device and you're ready to go. So for example, if I want maps, I want a shortcut on this page, I can just drag it like that. Easy. Wallpapers, if I want to change the wallpaper, I can. If I've got my gallery photos, if I've got my live wallpapers and whatever, so if I want to go to a live wallpaper, I can just select it and it's done. So that's straightforward, that's to access that. And more are some other bits and pieces that things might install depending on the app, but basically that's the main thing. Now to get back, basically you press this button down here. Now what do these buttons down here mean? Well, usually this is the back button, pretty much straightforward. This is to go back to your home screen, and this is for your multitasking. So basically any applications that you've had running in the past, you can just press this and it'll show you a list like that. So for example, I was using the, say, settings before. I can just tap that, and then I can go to, say, the calendar. I can just tap that, and so forth. So it's pretty straightforward. And if I want to go to the home screen, I can just press that. So these work for the normal interface as well as for the general. Some apps actually take advantage of this. Now, how do I get to your apps? Well, they actually have it up the top corner here. You can press apps, and it shows you all your applications. Now, you've got my apps, which shows you the apps that you've installed personally, and all apps is what's on there as well as the stuff that you installed personally. Now to download applications, you see that little thing up here, you can press on that, and this takes you to the Android market. Now this is by Google, so Google owns basically this market. People develop applications, put it on this market, and they sell it. So you need to register yourself a Google account, you got to put your credit card details in, and you can buy apps to put on the actual device. So very similar to iOS, you got that market, you can buy games, pretty straightforward. Now if I want to go back to the home screen, just press that, and I'm back to the home screen. So it's not that difficult to use, it's quite simple. But now I'm just going to show you down here. This is the clock. And then if you tap on the clock, it shows you the network you connected to, your battery life, and a little bit more information. If you tap on this here, It actually shows you some settings, so your Wi-Fi network, your brightness, notifications, airplane mode, and if you hit settings, it takes you to the settings setup. Now in the settings, you can change everything through here, your display, your sound quality, your accounts, your applications, your screen. So you can adjust all the settings there. So that's how you access the settings on Android. Pretty straightforward, nothing too complicated about it. And to go back. So that's basically Android. Obviously you've still got a search box up here which you can search Google with. This is the sort of standard keyboard you'll get. You can adjust the keyboard here as well, and I believe you can also download different keyboards and tweak things as you like. As well as built into Android is something called voice recognition. So if you tap on voice recognition, you can use it to do different actions on there. Say for example, or see it's giving you examples, try saying listen to Beethoven, navigate to. You can basically set voice activated controls using that. Really nice implementation, really cool, something to look forward to, and that's about it. But that's pretty much straightforward in terms of what you got. Obviously you can see here that also on the home screen, if you hold down one of the widgets, you can move the widgets around, so forth. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And again, like I said, if you held that down on the desktop, you get to the settings. Otherwise you can press the little plus button at the top. Android is pretty simple. It's used on a lot of devices. So once you've put your content over here, it doesn't store it in some weird format. You can just copy this information to another device. But the big advantage is if you're a Gmail or a Google user and you've got all your emails and your settings and everything through Gmail, or your calendars or your Picasa photos, everything like that, you can basically log in with your account and everything is set up for you. You don't need to do any settings for your emails, do any settings for nothing, it just automatically works. Very simple, very good way of doing a nicely developed ecosystem. This is the way a lot of tablets are going. The only thing you need to know is that some companies, say for example on the Acer one, this is pretty much stock Android apart from a few cool widgets that they've made. But on some devices like the Samsungs, they've done their own custom skin over it. I don't know why they do it, but some of them do just to differentiate their product. Personally, I believe a stock Google setup is the best, but that's what they do. Anyway, if you found that video, this video very informative, I hope you benefited from it. And just to give you some insight to how Android works on all tablets, and hopefully if there's updated versions coming in the future, I'll also do updated versions as well in terms of showing you what it can do. My name is Mohammed. If you haven't checked out my channel, go check me out because I've got heaps more content on there. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Mohammed signing out, and peace be with you. To be updated on the latest product feedback videos, make sure that you have subscribed.